Hello, everybody. My name is Dean Davis, and this is Multiply, the podcast that provides a word of encouragement for village church planters. The New Village Church Planting Ministry begins when a VCP trainer gathers disciples to plant churches in villages that do not have churches. The trainer's goal is to gather 15 men and women who are faithful, available, and teachable. These faithful, available, and teachable brothers and sisters commit to 4 years of learning in the training center about how to plant churches. But they commit to much more than learning. They commit themselves to the Lord's work, to work hard to multiply disciples, leaders, and churches. Village church planting students probably remember the Train and Multiply student pledge that they made when they first started in the training center. But let's take a moment now to remember that pledge, which is written on page 24-32 of the Train and Multiply booklet called Pastoral Worker Training in You. As I read, identify the point that is most meaningful to you and the pledge that is most difficult for you to consistently keep. The Train and Multiply Student Pledge. With God's help, I pledge myself to love Jesus Christ and give first priority to obey all his commands, to teach others to obey all the commands of Jesus, to care for my family with sincere love, to pray continually for those I shepherd, my co-workers, and those who still need Christ, to work hard with others in loving harmony, especially my church, and keep my Train and Multiply trainer informed of my activities, to give of my time and money to extend Christ's kingdom wherever he calls me to go, to trust in God's power to enable the church to grow and reproduce, to seek to obey the requirements for leaders of the church as described in 1 Timothy chapter 3 verses 1 through 7, to explain the gospel with zeal, love, and clarity so that people will believe in and obey the Lord, to seek to raise up new, healthy churches that will multiply, especially in areas where there are none, to be willing to suffer for Christ, to follow the advice of my trainer, faithfully fulfilling all my assignments in work and study. Which of these points is most meaningful for you today? For me, it's the first point. Love Jesus Christ and give first priority to obey all his commands. This point gives me great clarity about how I must live my life. It protects me from temptation, and it clarifies when I need to confess and repent. I love it because it guides me as the disciple of Jesus. What is the hardest pledge for you? For me, the hardest is be willing to suffer for Christ. I don't like to suffer. I try to avoid suffering. But I know that as a follower of the one who endured the cross for me, I too am called to suffer. Even so, this pledge challenged me so much. As you commit yourself to the training of disciples to plant daughter churches, let me encourage you to show them this pledge. Ask your disciples to seriously consider it and to commit to it by faith. God is delighted when his children commit to obey him, to proclaim the good news, and to seek to raise up new healthy churches that will multiply, especially in areas where there are none. I'm Dean Davis asking, who will you share this encouraging word with today?